Welcome into another edition of CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week, this time held at Falcons Stadium as the Connellsville Falcons ready to take on the Penn Trafford Warriors in a matchup of two Foothills Conference foes in WPIAL Quad A action. Hello everybody, I'm Zach Prosper. Joining me is Anthony D'Agostino. And Anthony, tonight this matchup pits two teams who know each other relatively well. Both also made the playoffs last year. We'll start though with last week, second game of the season for both teams. Lopsided victory and defeat for each squad, starting with Penn Trafford.
Yeah, and Penn Trafford really took it to Kiski Area School District. Penn Trafford ended up with the win 52-7, and quarterback Brett LaFoon threw two touchdowns for 301 yards. He threw 301 yards that game, and he is second in the WPIAL in quarterback rankings right there. Connellsville going up against McKeesport, ended up falling to McKeesport 49-7. McKeesport taking it to Connellsville. Connellsville looking to try today to take on Penn Trafford and get the victory.
And Connellsville started out really good defensively in that game, just couldn't hold that consistency all night long. And now, of course, I mentioned before, these two teams are Foothill Conference foes, and they play each other every year. And we go into last year's matchup, which was held at Penn Trafford High School, and Penn Trafford, one of the more dominant teams in Quad A last year, and they got another lopsided victory against the Falcons last season.
And that they did. They ended up winning 45-7 against Connellsville. Penn Trafford, the last two seasons, have made it to the WPIAL semis and lost three times against Pitt Central Catholic. And Connellsville made it to the playoffs but lost against Pine Richland, who went on to make the state final game that day.
Yeah, and so both of these teams, they're really good out of the Foothills Conference, and we're excited to see the matchup tonight and see who comes out on top in week 2 of WPIAL action here on CUTV's High School Football of the Game of the Week. When we come back, kickoff will be next here on CUTV.
Don't miss your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns to the Pittsburgh area at the Convo Center at Cal U, Friday, September 25th at 7:30 p.m. with appearances by the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and many more. Experience body slamming, super kicking pro wrestling action live. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
Catch all the excitement under the Friday Night Lights with CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. You have the best seats in the house as the area's longest-running high school football telecast, now in its 29th season, brings you the area's biggest games. Don't forget to watch the replay on CUTV, Sundays at 8 and Thursdays at 5:30.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the Cal U student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Welcome back to Falcon Stadium in Connellsville, PA, as the Connellsville Falcons and the Penn Trafford Warriors are just a few minutes away from kickoff here tonight as two members of the Foothills Conference battle in WPIAL Quad A action. You are seeing on the field right now Connellsville's marching band performing the Connellsville alma mater after the national anthem. And Anthony, before the game, of course, we have to take a look at the tail of the tape.
And that's right. Connellsville's coming into the game 0-1. Penn Trafford coming in 1-0. And Points for Penn Trafford, big numbers, 52 points for Penn Trafford, 7 for Connellsville. Points against Connellsville 49, Penn Trafford 7, and win streak for Penn Trafford 1, loss for Connellsville 1. But those numbers for Penn Trafford and Connellsville, big contrast for each other, points against and points for.
Yeah, it's going to be key. Penn Trafford, their offense, if they keep consistency up from last week, they should be able to ride a high number of point totals again tonight. And Connellsville, I mentioned before in the open against McKeesport, their defense was pretty good early on. They just couldn't keep that consistently going. As you look now at the kickoff weather, a lot different than we had last week. It's rain and thunderstorms in the Bell Vernon area. Now, perfect night. Rain's supposed to move in tomorrow, but it seems going to be clear tonight.
Yeah, 78 degrees. Beautiful day, a little breeze flowing. Great night for high school football under the lights. Friday night lights, can't get better than this.
And, of course, you see right there, the Connellsville Falcons are about ready to run out. One of the best entrances that we do on our high school football game of the week schedule. You'll see in a moment running out in the banner. Sight to see as you see them running out now onto the field with the American flag in the hands of one of their players. And, of course, we have to mention, today, the 14th anniversary of the remembrance of the September 11th attacks in the World Trade Center. And, the moment of silence before the game. It's a great day to remember not only what happened, but the lives that were lost and sacrificed that day for our country. And we thank all the men and women who have been part of that and up until today in our armed forces and everywhere that have sacrificed anything for our great country.
Yeah, definitely. And even these young players out there, probably don't remember it all. Probably were born during it, definitely were born during it, but don't remember it all. Don't remember it all, but they will now remember it through images and remember moment of silences. So definitely great to have that again. Always remembering 9/11 today.
And Penn Trafford going to send out their captains. Their captains tonight, number 7, Joey Peduzzi, number 56. That is Garrett Smith, number 10, Brett LaFoon, and number 75, Andre Guest. For Connellsville, I'll try and tell the numbers in between the Penn Trafford players. And we have number 57 for Connellsville. That is Todd Brothers Jr. Looks like number 11 as well. That's Austin Puskar. He's a senior receiver. And then there's a couple more. 24, that is Stephen White.
And I don't know if you said Todd Brothers Jr.
I did say
there.
Todd Brothers.
Yes.
And the other one is number 4, I believe. That is Braden Hone, another running back. So a couple running backs in there. And Connellsville won the toss and will receive. So Connellsville going to get an opportunity to see if their offense can strike. Only 7 points last week. But when we come here and we see Connellsville games, their offense actually produces pretty well. And Penn Trafford, their defense, they have to be ready because Connellsville likes to run the ball a lot. And Anthony, I don't know if you remember from last year. I know this is only your sophomore year, second time you've been here, but Connellsville did move the ball pretty well last year.
They did, and I was actually running camera for that game, camera 3 actually, one of our replay cameras, and they did run the ball pretty well. So definitely going to be looking to see if they can run the ball well here against Penn Trafford.
So Penn Trafford going to kick the ball away. We're going to see Hone and number 11 Puskar, two of the captains, back to receive. To kick it away for Penn Trafford is number 28. That is Nick Tarabrella. So ball spotted at the 40. About ready to get going in our second week of high school football game of the week action between the Penn Trafford Warriors and the Connellsville Falcons. Ref gives the signal, blows the whistle, and we're ready to go. And the kick is away. Will be fielded by Puskar about the 15-yard line. Going to the opposite side, he will be dragged down from behind by number 24, Penn Trafford. That is Tony Alcott.
And great job, Tony Alcott and Penn Trafford getting down the field, sprinting down, staying in their lanes, and tracking down Puskar to get that tackle.
And I thought Puskar had a nice lane to the outside. If he had the speed to get out there, he could have had a lot of room to run, but nice play, like you said, coming up with the tackle from behind. Looks like quarterback for Connellsville will be number 2. That is Derek Orndorff. He is a junior, standing at 5'10". 3 receivers, 2 in a bunch formation, man in motion, and he gets the handoff. That is Puskar. and he's going to gain maybe a yard, if that. They're going to actually give him a gain of 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
And another great job by Penn Trafford on that one, tracking down Puskar as he was going to the near side. Just tracked him down, followed the ball, and was right there for the tackle.
2nd down coming up. Just underway, about 30 seconds into the action. Now going to be a pass down the field. Puskar is the intended receiver. It's overthrown, and number 3 there for Penn Trafford, Timmy Vecchio, also had an opportunity to maybe tip that one and possibly intercept it.
And definitely. And Derek Orndorff, the quarterback for Connellsville, completed 1 pass in his previous game and attempted 3. This one completed pass was for 23 yards. So first pass of the game today. See if he can make some more completions and try to get some touchdowns or get deeper down the field.
So that brings out 3rd and 8, first 3rd down opportunity of the game. It'll be a 3rd and long. Connellsville, they ran the ball the first play, passed it surprisingly in the second as they run the ball a lot. Now it'll be a fake handoff, and Orndorff gonna keep it himself. He's gonna run backwards and he'll be taken down. That's gonna be a loss of a lot of yardage. That's gonna be about a loss of 9 yards. That's going to bring up 4th and 17, and that'll definitely be a punt.
And definitely going to be a punt. As you see here on the replay, just Penn Trafford doing a great job getting through the line of scrimmage and getting through the offensive line for Connellsville. They were all over Orndorff there. Nowhere for him to go.
I know one of the players in there on the tackle is Andre Guest, number 75 for the Warriors. And Vecchio is back to receive for the Warriors. A low snap, and it's going to be a rugby-style punt, and it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to mark it the 45-yard line in Connellsville territory, so not a very long punt. Penn Trafford going to have premium field position to start their first drive.
Yeah, and they had a really great offense with the quarterback, Brett LaFoon, behind under center. Definitely going to see Connellsville try to pressure him early.
And Brett LaFoon, 301 yards passing last week, like you mentioned. That's 2nd in the WPIAL. And interestingly enough, his brother, Cam LaFoon, is another quarterback on this roster. He's a sophomore, though. So when Brett graduates this year, likely Cam's going to take over. Man in motion. That's going to be a carry up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards, excuse me, to the 41-yard line. That was actually number 11, Jonah Lisbon. So that was a wildcat formation. LaFoon wasn't even on the play.
A great decision there for Penn Trafford, going wildcat, getting Jonah Lisbon on the play, running right up the middle. Had Connellsville kind of fooled on that play, and he ran really pretty quick to get good momentum. Took him a while to get brought down by the Connellsville players.
2nd and 6 now up for the Warriors. 10 minutes left in the first quarter here at Falcon Stadium. Now LaFoon is in there. He gets the snap. It's going to be an end around, and now it's going to be a throw to LaFoon, incomplete. And he takes a little bit of a hit at the end from number 4 for Connellsville, Braden Hone. Attempting that pass was Joey Peduzzi for the Warriors. That brings up 3rd and 6.
Interesting play as it was a little pitched to Peduzzi, and he just airs it out, misses the throw. Wide receiver throwing it kind of tricky again. Another trick play from Penn Trafford. Definitely going to be interesting to see if they got anything else up their sleeve during this game.
And we saw the same thing last night in the Steelers game against the Patriots. Antonio Brown went out for a pass. He does that sometimes, but he got sacked on the play. That was just an incompletion, and Hone was in the area. Luckily, that was not picked off. So 3rd and 6 coming up for LaFoon and the Warriors. And now there's going to be a flag. This is going to be a false start, I believe. We'll see, though. It could have also been defensive encroachment. And that's going to be a false start. That's going to be backed up 5 yards. So that's going to be 3rd and 11 now for the Warriors. So their first drive, their offense kind of sputtering right now, not getting any rhythm.
Nah, but again, Brett LaFoon, if he gets enough time, he can really air this one out and get a completed pass for a first down. So definitely looking for him to pass the ball on this 3rd and long.
Peduzzi and Brino, the 2 receivers on the near side on your screen. LaFoon back to pass, goes down the field, and it's incomplete over the head of Brino. Well, that's going to bring up 4th and 11, and we'll see. Does Penn Trafford punt here? They're already in enemy territory. Likely a punt may sail out of bounds, but they are going to send the punt team out.
And he had Peduzzi right down there, and he also had Tyler Bino on the play. Kind of threw it between both of them. Didn't know exactly which one he was going to throw to or not. So maybe a little miscommunication on the play with his receivers.
And LaFoon doubles as the punter on this roster, so it'll be interesting to see. There's an uncovered man down here in the bottom and the top. Connellsville does recognize that now and goes over to cover. LaFoon will punt it away, though. The punt will be fair caught at about the 10-yard line by Hone. So Connellsville, again, not great field position to start their next drive, but a good defensive series right there by the Falcons to stop the high-powered Warriors offense.
Yeah, they really did a good job in the secondary, trying to keep Penn Trafford, at bay with the passing game, doing a good job keeping those receivers contained and not letting them get too far out in front of them.
9:35 to go here in the first quarter, still scoreless. Orndorff back in for the Falcons. A heavy set formation at the line, man in motion. Orndorff going to keep it himself, go up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Orndorff, no running lane so far.
And no, Penn Trafford's doing a really good job of doing a great job getting through the line. And again, number 11 for Penn Trafford, Jonah Lisbon on that play, doing a great job bringing down Orndorff as he was running up the play.
And it looked like number 32, Brendan Kelly, had the first contact on that one. Orndorff was able to escape. Looked like he may have also bobbled the ball a little bit there from my quick glance. Likely there was no fumble there. Now Orndorff in a pistol, man in motion, and that's going to be a false start. Looks like man for Penn Trafford did move, but are they going to call it on the Falcons first? And they will indeed, so that's going to back up the Falcons 5 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 15 coming up.
And that was Robert Steindl, the offensive lineman, on the play. And actually, that was Neil Butler on the play, another offensive lineman. He's a senior, 6'3", 285 senior on the near side on the offensive line, moving on that play.
Orndorff, and now we're going to have another flag. We'll see what this one is. There was a man in motion for Connellsville. That was number 24, Stephen White. We'll see. They're going to back them up another few yards. It's going to be another false start for Connellsville. This one half the distance, so it's going to be about 2nd and 17. I think they're going to call it. 8:48 to go, and Connellsville not in a good situation right now. Orndorff back to throw. Has no one there. Now he's going to run himself. Throws it down the field. It's intercepted. And this one's going to possibly be run back. And it will be. Touchdown, Penn Trafford. That's number 3, Timmy Vecchio. Ran right in front of the receiver to pick that one off and take it all the way back.
Great job, Timmy Vecchio, on that interception going back for the end zone. As you're going to see here, Orndorff got in a little bit of trouble. Threw it off balance. Intercepted. Good job, Vecchio, on the play. He did have Stephen White for Connellsville on the side. He could have threw it right to him. He was wide open, just didn't see it. And it wouldn't have been an interception if he threw it to White.
So now we're going to see the attempt for the extra point by number 28, Nick Tarabrella. Kick is up, and it is good. So Penn Trafford has a 7-0 lead after the early turnover from the Connellsville Falcons. The Falcons will get the ball back when we return here on CUTV.
Your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns to the Pittsburgh area at the Convo Center at Cal U, Friday, September 25th at 7:30 p.m. with appearances by the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and many more. Experience body slamming, super kicking pro wrestling action live. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
And we are back. The Penn Trafford Warriors with a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter with 8:35 to go after Orndorff threw the interception to Timmy Vecchio, who ran it all the way back to the house for the 6 points. Now we're going to see Tarabrella back for the kick. Ball at the 40-yard line. And the kick is away. And this is a long kick. Puskar going to field it at the 10. And going to be hit out of bounds about the 23-yard line. They're going to mark it, so about a 13-yard return. Connellsville definitely in a lot better situation than they were last time when it resulted in this interception return touchdown.
And again, you're going to see Orndorff here getting pressured there by number 56 for Penn Trafford. That was Garrett Smith, and Timmy Vecchio just taking it to the house. No one there for Connellsville to touch him until the end, and there was nothing he could do about that one. Picked 6.
And both defenses so far have been pretty good in this game. Orndorff going to hand it off. Running back has nowhere to go. That's a loss of a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. It was hard to tell who the running back on that play was. I want to say it was 24. That was Stephen White. You mentioned him during our break, Anthony. He was open on that interception, but Orndorff decided not to go to him.
No, and he was wide open on that last play. But another great defensive stand there by Chris Stanford, the senior for Penn Trafford, being able to take down White on that play.
Orndorff, handoff. That's White now. He's going on the end around. He's going to gain maybe a yard or 2. We'll see where they spot it. That's going to be a pickup of about a couple yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9. And Anthony, we've been talking about the Penn Trafford defensive line a lot so far. And there's a lot of big bodies on that defensive line. It's hard to find a running lane when they are able to plug it up so easily.
And they're not only big, but they're also fast. They tried to get on the end around, and they just couldn't get anywhere. Yeah, he could have ran across the sideline and still wouldn't have had any room to go because Penn Trafford's line is just that fast. They follow that ball very well.
Now Orndorff back to throw this time. Throws it over, and it's intercepted by Vecchio again, and it's 13-0. What a play. That was just an overthrow by Orndorff, and Vecchio had it fall right into his arms that time. And just like that, Tim Vecchio 13, Connellsville nothing.
Tim Vecchio, again, right place, right time. As you see here, again, Orndorff looking to pass, just throws again over the head. I couldn't see exactly who that was, but Tim Vecchio, just right place, right time, yet again, touchdown Penn Trafford.
And we'll see if Tarabrella can make the extra point, make it 14-0. So back-to-back drives and an interception return. This one is up, and it is good. Tarabrella makes it 14-0. Tim Vecchio, so far the outstanding player of this game. We'll see if he has anything left when we come back on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And we're back. Chris Tarabrella, 2 extra points so far. Tim Vecchio, 12 points all himself on 2 interception returns as the Connellsville Falcons quickly find themselves down 14-0. Tarabrella ready to kick it off. Puskar back there, and he will be the one to receive the kick at about the 8-yard line. Tries to make a move. He does miss one defender. Now tries to go around, and he'll be taken down at the 20, 12-yard return. And we're going to look at the last interception return touchdown. This one just an overthrow, and Vecchio was right there, Anthony.
Right into the hands of Tim Vecchio. And Tim Vecchio on offense, in the last game, he had 4 receptions, 116 yards, averaging 29 yards per catch. He had 40 yards in his last 2 catches on defense, scoring touchdowns. He hasn't even done anything on offense yet.
It'll be interesting to see, whether the coaches believe he's a better defender or offensive player. And there is a new quarterback in for Connellsville. It'll be a handoff up the middle. Play goes nowhere, though. Maybe a gain of a yard they're going to give him, so bring up 2nd and 9. That new quarterback is Dylan Harshman, a junior for the Falcons.
And Dylan Harshman, this is his 2nd time in the game this season. Has 0 completions, 4 attempts for obviously 0 yards for no completion. So interesting to see him as the quarterback this time, giving him a shot in the first quarter of this game.
Harshman in the pistol formation with a sidecar. Man in motion is Puskar. Fakes it. He's going to keep it himself, and he's taken down in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards on the play. That's going to be our 3rd and 11. A big hit there. Looked like that was 47 for the Warriors. Chris Stanford, you mentioned him before.
Yeah, and again, he makes his presence known on this play. Just wraps him up perfectly and throws him to the ground. Chris Stanford, another great tackle. Have a day, Chris Stanford.
And, you know, great thing about Chris Stanford, he's 6'4", 270 as a lineman. That's a perfect size for a lineman. You could see him maybe play somewhere in college one day. He is a senior, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. It's now, snap is bobbled, and they're going to rule him down. Stanford was in the backfield again, putting pressure, and that's going to bring up 4th and about 15 for the Falcons as the Warriors will get the punt. 5:42 left in the first quarter.
And Chris Stanford, again, mentioning his name again because he is getting off those blocks perfectly, doing that great swim move to get through the blocks and get to the backfield.
And we're going to see for Connellsville the punt and another rugby style. And this one's going to take a friendly Connellsville bounce as it'll be downed at about the 41-yard line in Penn Trafford territory. So a much better punt that time for the Falcons. As now we'll look at Penn Trafford's schedule. 52-7 last week, off to a great start here. Things really start to heat up next week, Anthony, when they host McKeesport, another power in the foothills.
Yeah, it really is another power in the foothills. And McKeesport beat Connellsville previously, and you'll see that when we go up against go to Connellsville's schedule. But that'll be a very big matchup for Penn Trafford.
And at the end of the year, at Plum, at Norwin, 2 big games in the Foothills Conference that could really decide, you know, playoff positioning as well as maybe a division winner. Now we're going to see LaFoon. 4 receivers and a man behind him. Now there's going to be a penalty. We'll see. Looks like this is going to be a false start on Penn Trafford. This should move them back 5 yards. And they will indeed. So 1st and 15 coming up. You have 4:57 and running remaining in the first quarter. And actually, they're going to call offsides. Let's see here. It looks like the Connellsville player lined up offsides, Anthony. I did not get a good glance at it when the replay came up. That's always one of those, did the defender make the offensive player move? And right there, that seemed to be the case.
Yeah, and he's just lining up over the ball. You can't line up past the football, no matter what part of that helmet or hand, whatever.
Now LaFoon back to throw, rolls out, has a man down the field, and it's almost intercepted by by Connellsville. Let's see, that was number 11, Puskar. He's had his hands on the ball a lot tonight with the kick returns, and this time almost came up with a pick.
And you see there, just a little underneath there, didn't have enough diving capability, a long diving capability on that play to get that ball, as the ball kind of just dropped. It was up in the air and then dropped, and Puskar had no chance on that one. But I like Connellsville getting through on defense that time, getting pressure.
LaFoon going to hand it off, and this will be Lisbon with the run, and he's going to keep going to the 45-yard line in Connellsville territory for a new set of downs.
And good job, Jonah Lisbon, on that play. We're going to see the replay. Jonah Lisbon getting the handoff, going right up, and number 47 for Penn Trafford. And
you
that
said his name a lot.
It's Chris Stanford. Again, he's the tight end for Penn Trafford and doing a great job on defense and on offense, getting the block. I'd like to see him try to get a pass maybe later on in the game.
And he's a pretty good size for a tight end, too. Maybe a little bit bigger, more of a blocking tight end than a pass catcher. We'll see as the game goes on. LaFoon back to throw in a bootleg action. Throws to the sideline, and it's complete. First down yardage and some more. Down to the 31, a gain of 14 on the play. We'll see here. Looked like there is a block there by Lisbon, who saved a sack coming from Connellsville, able to let LaFoon throw the ball.
And a great job again by Lisbon on the play to get that. And number 3-4, that is Timmy Vecchio for Penn Trafford to get that catch. And no one was covering him for Connellsville. He was wide open on that. Looked like possibly running a cover 2 defense for Connellsville.
And he wants to get some offensive yards. He's made all the plays on defense so far tonight. He wants to pad some of the offensive stats that he had last week. Vecchio in motion to the near side. Now LaFoon back to throw. And he's going to be pressured. There's a holding there on Penn Trafford. This one's going to come back no matter how far it goes. LaFoon is going to be tripped up. This one will be coming back. There was a tackle basically by the Penn Trafford offensive lineman, and this one's surely coming back.
It definitely surely is coming back. We're going to look at the replay after the call, but you could see a tackle by the one Penn Trafford player. We'll see again who it was.
I want to say that was number 75, Andre Guest for the Warriors, and it is holding against Penn Trafford. We'll see here. You should be able to see it on your screen. Number 75 there. Little bit of a hold there, but then he drags him down to the ground. You can't do that as an offensive tackle. That's an automatic holding penalty, and the ref was right there behind him to see it.
And it's a great position for the ref. That's why the referee is positioned in the backfield like that, so he can see what exactly is happening in the backfield, whether it's holding or whatever. It could be illegal man downfield, lined up off sides, anything good for the offensive, the referee, to be in the backfield.
So Penn Trafford is going to be faced with a 1st and 21 with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. LaFoon with a man in motion. That's Stanford, the tight end. And it's going to be a handoff to Lisbon. He's going to pick up a big chunk of yardage. Has the line of scrimmage and a first down. And he will have a touchdown. Lisbon dives into the end zone. That was a 42-yard touchdown strike from Jonah Lisbon, and the Warriors are up 20-0.
And credit Jonah Lisbon on that run, but also credit number 7 for Penn Trafford, Joey Peduzzi on the plays. You're going to see him, the wide receiver, doing a great job blocking down the field, and Brandon Hone had no chance of getting off that block to get the tackle to save the touchdown.
Now, Tarabrella on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Penn Trafford, the offense strikes now for the Warriors. They're up 21-0. Connellsville with a chance to strike back when we come back here on CUTV.
Catch all the excitement under the Friday night lights with CUTV's high school football game of the week. You have the best seats in the house as the area's longest running high school football telecast, now in its 29th season, brings you the area's biggest games. Don't forget to watch the replay on CUTV, Sundays at 8 and Thursdays at 5:30.
The Penn Trafford Warriors have their offense strike. Jonah Lisbon, a 42-yard touchdown run. Now Connellsville will get the ball again. They have yet to move the ball down the field. They have yet to acquire a first down as well. Puscar will field it about the 10-yard line. We'll see where he takes the return. And he tries to shake a defender, but he's going to be tackled down at the 20-yard line. That's where Connellsville's been starting all game long. As we look now at the touchdown, Anthony, it was a great run by Lisbon, but a lot of other Warriors contributed to this as well.
Yeah, and again, it's the great blocking off on the offense there. 24 for Connellsville had a shot there. That's Christina, it's not Christina, but Stephen White on the play. He had a chance of getting the tackle there. Didn't happen, but a great touchdown. He gets flipped over, does a little barrel roll in the end zone. Good run, Jonah Lisbon, but great job, offensive line and blocking down the field.
Now Orndorff is back in, and the pass is complete. The first of the night, gain of 5 yards on the play. That might be the most successful play Connellsville's run all night.
It really has. They finally got about 6 yards on that play, and that was Austin Puscar, the senior for Connellsville. Another great catch for him today.
Now Orndorff, another pass. That's Puscar. That's going to be a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1 yard to go. I'd expect Connellsville will be able to get this, but if you try to run it, you have to be aware of that Penn Trafford defensive line.
You really do. And on that last play, as you saw there, another kind of screen there for Puscar. I think Dylan Harmon is back into play for Connellsville.
We're going to see Orndorff. It's a pitch. And that's enough for a first down, and that's Brayden Hone. He's in the midfield. He breaks the tackle. He had one man to beat, and he will be tripped up in Penn Trafford territory. That's Vecchio with a possible touchdown saving tackle right there. Connellsville seems their offense is getting to a little bit of a rhythm.
And a great run there by Hone, getting to the outside. Great blocking again down the field for Connellsville, and he just finds the hole until finally Timmy Vecchio for Penn Trafford can save the touchdown from happening.
1:38 to go in the first quarter. Orndorff, another handoff to Hone. He goes up the middle. Gain of a yard on the play will bring up 2nd and 9.
Great tackle there for Penn Trafford. That's Dan Schneider, the junior for Penn Trafford, getting up, wrapping him around his knees and bringing him down. Good tackle there by Schneider.
Orndorff getting the play call in. Connellsville's gotten to more of an up-tempo offense right now. Orndorff with a snap, looks to throw, trying to let his receivers get downfield. He's going to try to escape, and he will be sacked from behind by Chris Stanford. Loss of about 4 on the play will bring up 3rd and 13.
Great job, Chris Stanford, getting through the line again for Penn Trafford, but it's kind of the Penn Trafford defense. There's 3 people that get through there, 47, 56. I couldn't see the last person's number. That's 75 for Penn Trafford. Doing a great job, the Triforce of Power, getting through in there to get that tackle and bring Orndorff to the ground.
So Orndorff going to be faced with a 3rd and 14, 29 seconds left in the first quarter. This likely will be the last play of the first quarter. White in motion. Orndorff's going to keep it himself. Breaks a tackle, makes another man miss. He's drugged down about the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. So we'll see, does Connellsville go for it? In this situation, Anthony, I would expect them to. This will be the last play of the first quarter, though. There's only a few seconds left, so we'll have to wait until the second quarter to see what Connellsville does. But we'll keep it right here, Anthony. And, of course, you, myself, and Matt Hagee, every week we have High School Roundup, which we film on Tuesdays and you can catch throughout the week on CUTV. But one of the best segments that we do is the top 3 plays. And we're going to see the top 3 plays from this last week's installment. A couple of them from Laurel Highlands, also one from Bell Vernon Area High School, as we see the top 3 plays.
And this did happen last week. The number 3 play is going to be our game. We had Bell Vernon versus, and Mike Fine just plowing through. That's Trinity Area High School. I had to catch my bearings there. Mike Fine just plowing into the end. That's going to be the clinching touchdown for the Bell Vernon Area Leopards there. And then our number 2 play, Jimmy Pierce, number 11, for Laurel Highlands, looking to get brought down. Gets a touchdown. He had no business getting a touchdown there, but he did. Our number 1 play, the opening kickoff for Laurel Highlands. Laurel Highlands going up against Elizabeth Forward. And another great play for Laurel Highlands on this one. Opening touchdown. Great win for Laurel Highlands against Elizabeth Forward. Big win for Laurel Highlands against Elizabeth Forward. And can't start it better than that. And that's our blue ribbon play, the number 1 play for this past week, the opening kickoff. But if you have any ideas for plays of the week, tweet us at CUTV_PA. That's our Twitter handle. We'd love to hear from you.
And, of course, that's our blue ribbon. But tonight already we've seen a couple great plays. As we're back to action, Orndorff to throw, and it's complete for a first down at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 10 on the play. What a pass by Orndorff on the slant route. A great pickup there for the Falcons.
And as we're going to see here on the replay, Orndorff looking great slant route there by Austin Puskar. Had number 5 Tyler Brino beat the senior for Penn Trafford. I love those slant routes, especially for short yardage. Get that player right in front, get that catch, you get a first down. Good job.
If you get enough of a cushion from the cornerback, he's off a little bit, it gives you an opportunity to run after the catch as well. Brino was right there, but if he hadn't been, Puskar could have gone up the middle and gained maybe the 10-5, possibly even a touchdown. So Orndorff, he's going to bobble the snap. He still has it, though. Throws it, and it's almost intercepted again by Penn Trafford. That is number 32, Brendan Kelly for the Warriors.
Another tight end for the Warriors, almost coming up with an interception. But first off, it's the bobbled snap there for Orndorff. He's throwing off his back foot and almost picked off. He was looking to go for number 24, Christina Yance. Not Christina Yance, sorry, that's Penn Trafford's 24. Stephen White, the running back for Connellsville.
Orndorff faced with a 2nd and 10. Man in motion. And Orndorff has it. Has a receiver. That's Stephen White. He overthrows him. Would have been a minimal pickup where the defenders were coming in on him. But still, now Connellsville on a 3rd and 10. Don't want to have to settle for a field goal here when you're down by 3 scores.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't. Because you definitely need this touchdown to kind of get your life back. But it looked like he flipped the ball up. Didn't have like a good spiral, and it kind of looked like it was going head over heels on that.
So Orndorff getting the play call in from his sideline. 11:24 to go in the first half. We're in the second quarter now. Penn Trafford 21, Connellsville nothing. Orndorff fakes the handoff. Orndorff going to go up the middle himself, and he might have enough yardage. It looks like it's going to be close. May have to get a measurement in here, but a great run by Orndorff nonetheless. Even if it is 4th down, I would expect him to go for it.
We're going to check here on the replay. Good fake handoff going right up the middle. There was a good hole there from the offensive lineman for Connellsville, and he just goes right up the middle, and it is going to be a 1st down for Connellsville. First time today that Orndorff has been able to run up the middle and not get tackled for a loss or a very short gain.
This will be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line, so Orndorff and the Falcons knocking on the door of a score. Orndorff going to keep it himself, tries to go up the middle again, and this time, much like we saw before, he's stuffed for a loss of about 2 yards on the play.
And that's what they were looking. Penn Trafford was looking for. That previously they got him the 1st down, but a great tackle there by number 75 for Penn Trafford. That is Andre Guest, the offensive lineman, 6'3" offensive lineman for Penn Trafford.
Yeah, that's a good size for an offensive lineman. They usually see on a guard or a center, so he's playing tackle here for the Warriors, but if he goes up to the next level, probably move into the interior. Orndorff going to throw. Has a man. It's intercepted by Vecchio again. That's the 3rd of the game. He has a lane onto the outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 30. 40. Orndorff is there. He's on the sideline. He's going to take it all the way. This will be the longest play, unofficially, officially, based on our records, in CUTV High School Football Game of the Week history. Timmy Vecchio with his 3rd interception return touchdown. I'm going to say that was about 105 yards. It's about 5 yards into the end zone. And Tim Vecchio, that might be the play of the week for High School Roundup right there. I think we can already call that competition.
Definitely. That'll most likely be the blue ribbon play. He beat an NFL player's record on this. That is huge for Tim Vecchio. 3 touchdowns, 3 defensive touchdowns for Tim Vecchio. Wow, that is huge.
Tarabrella, extra point is up, and it is good. So Connellsville, after driving all the way down the field, see it end in a 105-yard interception return. Penn Trafford up 28-0. Falcons get the ball when we come back on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And we are back here on CUTV. Penn Trafford up 28-0. We'll get more into that latest touchdown and the record-breaking performance it is here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. We've been on for 29 years, and that's the longest play we've ever seen. Now, Tarabrella on the kick. It is away. It's a little bit shorter this time. Going to be fielded about the 18-yard line by Connellsville. Breaks the defender, breaks another one. He's still going, drug out at about the 27. Now, Anthony, let's look at this touchdown. But before we say it, officially it's a 106-yard return, which breaks the record held by NFL receiver Steve Breston, which was a 99-yard slant route touchdown, Woodland Hills against Connellsville in this very stadium.
And Tim Vecchio wrestled it out of the hands of Austin Puskar there, but again, record-breaking performance for Tim Vecchio, 106 yards for that interception. That last play was a slant route that you were just talking about for Woodland Hills. That was a slant route. That was an offensive play. This is defensive.
Now, Braden Hone with the run. He's going to lose about 4 yards on a play. Will bring up 2nd and 14. And Anthony, the first thing that came to my mind when he got that ball and started running down the sideline, I thought Super Bowl 43, James Harrison. And interesting fact, who was on that team? Steve Preston played for the Arizona Cardinals at that time. Interesting coincidence. I just thought of that. That was an amazing play. That's the best high school play I think I've ever seen in my 4 years of doing CTV High School Football Game of the Week.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've only been here 1 year, but watching it previously, definitely a great play.
Going to be a handoff and a gain of 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 12. Harshman is back into the game. So Orndorff, after throwing his 3rd interception, really not even his fault, and this 3rd one gets taken out of the game for Harshman. That one, you mentioned, Vecchio just wrestled the ball away. And that's another thing that makes it kind of like James Harrison's interception return, because he was going to blitz and he stepped back and wrestled the ball away, I believe, from Anquan Bolden and ran down the sideline. Of course, Vecchio doesn't need the oxygen supply that James Harrison needed when he ran his back. But nonetheless, Connellsville will now face 3rd and 12 and a bad snap. Harshman goes to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. This could also be intentional grounding. The refs are going to talk. If it is, that's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down, so it's going to be 4th down no matter what. And I think they're just going to let it go, knowing it's 4th down anyways.
I'm not sure if it would be intentional grounding because it did get tipped.
Oh, it did?
I
did not see the tip. Good eye there on the field for you, Anthony. I did not see the tip there. And I guess that's what the refs were talking about, whether the ball was tipped. So good eye by you, partner. So now Connellsville going to punt the ball away again. Now a rugby-style punt, and it's going to be a long kick. And Penn Trafford players knocked down from behind. This one's going to be fielded down all the way at the 5-yard line. What a roll there. But Anthony, this one I think is going to be coming back because one of Connellsville's players started early. On the far side, one of their players started early. As we look at Connellsville's schedule right now.
And for Connellsville's schedule, playing Penn Trafford today, going to Latrobe next week, then they're going to be coming back at home, then going at Central Catholic October 2nd, then Plum versus Norway on October 9th and 16th. That's going to be a big 2-week stand there for Connellsville. Then going at Kiski, then finishing up October 30th here at Connellsville against Altoona.
And Connellsville will have to re-punt this ball as one of the Connellsville gunners on the far side of the field, he started early. It was a miraculous punt, but it's all for nothing as it's going to have to come back. And number 13 for Connellsville, I actually don't have him on my roster, unfortunately, so I'm not exactly sure as to who that player is. There's a great punt for the Falcons. We'll see if he can do it again. So the Falcons lining up for the punt. This one gets away. And this is going to be running into the kicker, though. That could be roughing the kicker as well for Penn Trafford, as there's a block in the back also against Penn Trafford. Finally dragged down. The ball was out. And they're going to say Penn Trafford man was down, but there are 2 penalties on this play, both likely against Penn Trafford. Actually, there's 3. Anthony, you saw another one.
Right in the middle of the field, there was one, and most likely going to be horse collar against Connellsville. I saw somebody grab the back of the pads there.
So we'll see, because this first one is definitely running or roughing into the kicker. The second one is definitely a block in the back. The third one we'll have to see. I'm not sure exactly if those would offset because there are 2 for Penn Trafford and 1 only for Connellsville.
It would still offset. If Connellsville gets 1 penalty, it doesn't matter. Everything offsets.
So you may see another punt for Connellsville. I mean, the punter that time, he still even did a good job. He has to be thinking, guys, I can't do this all day. My leg's going to fall off.
You got a point there. You can't keep punting that kind of distance. He's punting really well. They got it to the 5-yard line this time. And it's getting chippy out there, too. You saw that getting very chippy out there on the field. Connellsville getting a little frustrated, and Penn Trafford kind of sitting high.
And you have to understand, for Connellsville, it has to be very frustrating. They were going down the field. They were ready to score. And the ball was just plucked out of their hands and returned for a long score. That just deflates an entire team when they were starting to get a rhythm going. And then they come back on offense again, and they have to punt the ball away possibly 3 times. If that is the case coming up here, the refs are still talking. They are trying to figure out what's going to happen after this play. And and our director, I apologize for laughing on air. Our director made the connection to the movie Major League when the players were all gathering on the mound, and it does look exactly like that going on right now as we're still waiting for the refs to deliberate what is going to happen.
They got to go through the rule book.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the ref, I'd have to carry a rule book with me and think, okay, this happened, what is the end result? This plus this equals what? Is basically what they're trying to figure out.
Sometimes basketball referees do that. In high school, I know in high school basketball, they pull out the rule book.
So it looks like the officials are ready to make, no, they go back into a huddle. The ref came out of the huddle, and then he went back in to try and deliberate some more. As we'll see the replay. Actually, no, the official's coming out now. No replay. We'll see what the penalties are going to be. Still talking to the other official, trying to get everything exactly right on this one, which you have to commend the job of the refs trying to get this right. And it's also a 5-minute delay so far right now.
It is going to be personal foul,
roughing the kicker on Penn Trafford. Illegal block in the back against Connellsville. That offsets. And then a personal foul against Penn Trafford. Or excuse me, no, Connellsville. So they're just going to replay 4th down. So another punt for Connellsville. I'm surprised this illegal block in the back is on Connellsville. It should have been against Penn Trafford. There's a block in the back right there, Anthony, that if they miss that, that's a huge penalty that Penn Trafford should have gotten flagged for.
And that was the horse collar I thought I might have saw him there when he was taking down number 3 for Penn Trafford, Timmy Vecchio.
And Connellsville's head coach, David McDonald, he's talking to the ref now, trying to figure out, why is that the end result of this? And Connellsville is moved up 15 yards because of the roughing the kicker. It's not an automatic first down, though. It's going to be about a 4th and 4.
And the referees are still conferring about this, where the ball is placed.
And actually, you know what? If it's a roughing the kicker 15 yards, usually that's an automatic first down. So, but because of the offsetting, it may still be 4th down. I am no NFL official. I know what the penalties mean, I know the yardage that are applied to them, and I know whether or not you replay it down or if it's automatic first down. This is utterly confusing. I'm sure the refs are confused as well. And they are doing the best they can. And you do, like I said, you have to commend the job that they at least huddled together, tried to get everything right, even if it's still a little bit confusing. So another punt, this one the 3rd for Connellsville. And it is away, another rugby-style punt. This one will be fielded at the 31-yard line. And that's Vecchio. He'll be taken down at the 35. This time, no penalty flags. Penn Trafford's going to come out on offense.
Well, you think the first punt for Connellsville landed at the 5-yard line. That would have pinned Penn Trafford back deep, and now they're starting off at their own 35-yard line. So definitely thinking there might have been a little wear on the punter's legs. Only got to the 35-yard line with that punt.
So LaFoon and the Warriors coming out, 8:07 left in the first half, 28-0 Penn Trafford. LaFoon in shotgun all alone, 5 receivers, 3 to his right side on the near side. LaFoon has a man wide open, and that's completed at the 30. Shakes the defender, he stays up, 20, has a blocker, and he will be taken down at about the 10-yard line by Stephen White.
Good job, Joey Peduzzi on that catch. And you're going to see a great pass there going to Joey Peduzzi. Connellsville playing one safety back. They don't have 2 safeties. They're playing with 1 safety in the backfield. So one of that cover 1 defense. And Joey Peduzzi takes that and finally gets tackled down by number 24, Stephen White, for Connellsville.
So Penn Trafford in business again, possibly trying to make it a 35-0 score. LaFoon in the pistol. He's going to pitch it. That's Lisbon. Already has a touchdown tonight, and he has a second. 34-0 Penn Trafford. The Warriors are really starting to grinded in for the score and starting to really run away with this one.
And a great job by Brett Lisbon getting to the end zone. But as you're going to see here, good pitch. As we're looking at the replay, good pitch. He has a hole that you could drive about two 18-wheelers through. Two 18-wheelers could have fit through that hole. Great blocking up front from the Penn Trafford offensive line.
And Tarabrella makes the extra point. It's 35-0 Warriors. We'll take a break. Connellsville looking for anything to go their way when we come back on CUTV. And we're back. The Warriors of Penn Trafford up 35-0 over the Falcons of Connellsville after plenty of turnovers and offensive running ability from the Warriors tonight. Tarabrella's kick going to be fielded at about the 18 again and will be taken down about the 28-yard line, so a gain of 10 yards on the play.
Another kick right to Lucas White for Connellsville. We're going to check the touchdown run again. Great pitch. Looked like he was going to run outside, but finds a giant hole to go through in the middle of the field and just runs right through all the defenders into the end zone.
So Connellsville looking for answers. Orndorff is back up there, so Connellsville has been changing their quarterbacks in and out all game long. Orndorff, I think, has had more success when he's in there. But Coach McDonald has been forced to take him out because of those 3 interceptions, all to Timmy Vecchio. Orndorff, back to throw. Fakes the throw this time. Has the receiver. It's intercepted again. Penn Trafford has it, and this time going to be knocked out of bounds. That's number 22 for Penn Trafford. That's Ben Davis, a senior, getting his first pick of the night. And nothing seems to be going right for the Falcons tonight, Anthony.
And as you see there, that was Orndorff looking to pass right, goes left instead, threw it right off his back foot, and that's Ben Davis finally getting tackled by Orndorff, the quarterback for Connellsville.
LaFoon going to go back out. You have to wonder in the second half, do you take LaFoon out if you're still up by a big score like this? You don't want to, of course, get him hurt. He's your senior quarterback. He's probably your leader in offense. Maybe see his younger brother Cam at some point. Now LaFoon, screen pass. And that is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn Trafford. Joey Peduzzi takes it all the way to the house on the screen play from about 17 yards out. 41-0 Penn Trafford.
That great pass there to Joey Peduzzi by LaFoon. Nice screen pass again. Good blocking up front. But great screen pass to the far side of the field, going right into the end zone.
Tarabrella ready to kick the extra point. It'll be his 6th of the night. It's up, and it is good. 42-0 Penn Trafford. Everything going right for them so far. When we come back, we'll see if anything else happens on CUTV.
Don't miss your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns to the Pittsburgh area at the Convo Center at Cal U, Friday, September 25th at 7:30 p.m. with appearances by the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and many more. Experience body slamming, super kicking pro wrestling action live. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
Joey Peduzzi there on your screen. He scored the last touchdown for the Penn Trafford Warriors as they kick it away. Puskar fumbles the kickoff, breaks a couple tackles, and he gets taken down about the 24-yard line. And Anthony, the last time we saw a score like this on CUTV High School Football Game of the Week was Clareton at California last year in our first matchup of the season.
That was a huge blowout there for Clareton. California, though, did, I believe, score a touchdown towards the end of the game.
I don't think they did. I think they ended up getting shut out in that contest. They did the same thing this year against Clareton, as the score also ended 72-0 against Clareton and Cal this year. We did not do that game. We will be at California High School later on in the year, as now you're going to have Harshman take it out the middle, and he'll gain 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
And that was Dylan Harshman, the junior quarterback for Connellsville, taking it up the middle, getting a few yards on the carry. Connellsville just trying to find something here to get them down the field and possibly score a field goal or touchdown.
And their best drive of the night, they were running the ball, they were throwing the ball pretty well. It just ended in a pick 6 yet again. So we'll see Harshman now throws, and it's complete. Puskar breaking off a tackle and gains about 3 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 4 yards to go.
And good job, Connellsville, getting down with this catch. But another good job there by Zach Streets for Penn Trafford, the senior for Penn Trafford. Reading that really well, seeing who was going to get the ball and being right there for the tackle. But good catch, though, by Puskar.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4 yards to go. 5:59 left in the first half. And Harshman going to take it himself, and he's going to maybe be stopped inches short. We'll see where they mark it, and if they decide to measure it. He looks short from our vantage point here, and they will mark it 4th and inches.
Yeah, another good run, though, by Harshman up the middle, getting pretty far up the field. And they are going to call they're not going to call a measurement, but he is going to be 4th and inches.
At this point, you have nothing to lose being down 42. Harshman up the middle, and he's going to get it. He converts the first down, gains the necessary yardage on the play. 1st and 10 coming up for the Falcons, as the clock will stop with the new set of downs. 5:25 to go in the first half.
And it is the first down for Connellsville. Harshman running up the middle. Good run by Harshman. Good choice there to run it up the middle to get that first down. Get that good push by the offensive line.
And that's the best push off the offensive from the offensive line against Penn Trafford's defensive line. Maybe we've seen all night, getting the necessary yardage and the strength up in the offensive lineman, getting under the shoulder pads of the defensive line. Now Harshman fakes a handoff. He's going to roll with it and tries to break a tackle. He's going to be tripped. A little bit of a late hit there from Stanford, but he's going to gain a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
And number 7, Joey Peduzzi, goes right through the line there, trips up Harshman on the play. Good tackle there by Joey Peduzzi. Trip him up, get him by the shoelaces on that play.
And I don't think Harshman would have gone very far down the field, but he would have gained a couple more yards than just the one had he not been tripped up on that play. So now we're going to see 2nd and 9 coming up for the Falcons. Harshman under center. Man in motion is Hone. It's going to be a pitch, and he misses the pitch. He's going to fall on it, and that's going to be a loss. Let's see. Down to the 22-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 14 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 23.
Well, it worked before, but this time just pitched it a little behind where Home was, and you got to think it might have been because of the quarterback change. The last time they did that pitch, they had number 2, Derek Orndorff, on the play doing that. This time it was number 1, Harshman, Dylan Harshman for Connellsville. May have had something to do with it going behind Home.
I remember in the movie, Remember the Titans, one of the quarterbacks always had problems with the pitch play. And right there, you kind of saw that same thing, just not timing the pitch right with Hone running away from him. And now we're going to be faced with 3rd and 23, and there's going to be a timeout taken by Connellsville. That's their first timeout of the half with 3:39 left to go. And Anthony, everything going Penn Trafford's way. What's some motivational advice you can give to Connellsville? As right now you see right there our Facebook page, California University Television.
And, well, California University Television is a great way. You can connect with us on Facebook. And, good way to connect with us, see, Throwback Thursday photos we have. And for Connellsville to get this kind of positive attitude back, they just got to, when they do something well and get up the field, they got to have some praise for it. Even though you're down, the little things you do, the personal records you set, are what you should remember out of this game.
Absolutely. And, Connellsville, one thing I looked at when we looked at their schedule earlier, McKeesport and Penn Trafford, they're out of the way. You were able to win, I think, 5 games last year and make it to the playoffs. So you do have a chance to, collect yourself again and, make it a little bit better for you as the year goes on with the 2 heavyweights out of the way now. And a couple score updates before we get back to action here. Laurel Highlands up 7-0 over Trinity. Our friends from South Union Township have that game, as well as Brownsville is up 6-0 over Waynesburg. Now Harshman, 3rd and 23, back to throw, goes down the field, has a receiver, and it's almost complete. Would have been enough yards for a first down. That's White, the intended receiver, but a couple defenders there for Penn Trafford as well. That was maybe the best possible play Connellsville could have hoped for, just did not work out.
It didn't work out, but a good throw. But there was number 7 for Penn Trafford, Joey Paduzzi, and number 27, I believe that was Mike Wilkie for Penn Trafford on the defense. Just ran into a brick wall when he tried to catch that. Just dropped it as we're going to have another punt by number 13 for Connellsville.
In Connellsville, they've punted the ball on every one of their drives that has not resulted in an interception. And another rugby-style punt. And it's going to fly out of bounds at the 45-yard line where Penn Trafford will start their next drive. And Penn Trafford up 42-0, of course. And we already looked at Facebook, Anthony, another way. I think the best way to interact with us at CUTV, it's the most instant and direct. CUTV_PA, our Twitter handle. You can see where we're going, what we're doing, some of the shots of the game, and, of course, possible score updates. I think we're going to start implementing that as well, where our announcers like yourself, myself, have the power to send out some score updates. That's going to be coming in the next few weeks, I think, if we can work that out.
And that'd be great. Follow us on Twitter if you want to see other scores around the WPIAL, or especially the game we have here during our game of the week. Good way to really check and see what's happening live at the field.
So LaFoon in the pistol. He's going to throw again. As a receiver, that's complete to Brino. That's a gain of 6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. You have 3:15 left in the second half, or the first half, excuse me.
And a good catch there by Tyler Brino, the senior, another senior for Penn Trafford. Sounds like Penn Trafford has a lot of seniors this year on their team, a lot of good quality seniors this year on their team.
And you mentioned quality. They're also experienced. You mentioned in our open, the last 2 years, they've gotten to the semifinals of the WPIAL Quad A playoffs, losing both times to Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Penn Trafford, they're here yet again, and with Brett LaFoon, I would expect them to be in the semifinals again, as Lisbon has another handoff, and he's going to take it all the way. That's going to be a 49-yard rushing score. Lisbon is over 100 yards rushing by my unofficial account after a 42-yard touchdown, a 49-yard touchdown. That already puts him at 91 yards, and he also had another, I think, about 11-yard scamper. You see right here, Lisbon, he is really good at finding the rushing lanes, and he's able to take it all the way after just outrunning the defenders.
He really was, and Jonah Lisbon did a great job finding the small holes on that one, but Jules Stash kind of ran behind the play on that one. He got in past the line of scrimmage, but didn't have a shot because he blew past the play, and Jonah Lisbon on the touchdown.
So 49-0 Penn Trafford. We'll see the conclusion of the second quarter next on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And we are back. Penn Trafford up 49-0. The last few minutes of the second quarter, 2:36 remaining to be exact, as Tarabrella, he's used his leg a lot. 7 extra points, 7 kickoffs as well. And Tarabrella running up to the 40, kicks it away. And this one will go to Puskar, who bobbles it again, fields it at the 16. And there's a lane there. There's another lane there. And turns it back into the 36-yard line. Best kick return of the night for Connellsville.
And here you're going to see the touchdown yet again here on CUTV. And what a great run by Jonah Lisbon. And just runs right through the defense. Number 82 for Connellsville had a shot at him, but just couldn't make it. And that was Jacob Ferris on the play. And once he missed, Jonah Lisbon went to the house for 6 points. Jonah Lisbon last game had 8 attempted rushing, 86 yards, and is averaging 10.8 yards per carry. He's over probably 100 yards already. It's only the second quarter of the game.
And now a run here for Connellsville. The pile gets stopped after a gain of about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. I'm trying to look at some of the other scores around the WPIAL tonight. Fraser up 35-0 over Jeff Morgan. California up 21-12 over Avella, so responding well after being shut out last week against Clareton. And here's a big one. This is one of our pick'em games. Greensburg Central Catholic up 20-7 over Beth Center. I think a lot of us went GCC. Now Hone, another handoff, and he gets the first down yards before being hit hard out of bounds. Looks like that's going to be enough for a first down, though, for the Falcons.
Hey, great job, Brayden Hone, again, getting to that outside. As we're going to check the replay here. Good pitch outside. Finally gets around, breaking a tackle there. 2 people diving for Penn Trafford and finally getting taken out of bounds around the 47-yard line for Connellsville. Good run, Brayden Hone.
I know this is one that affects one of our new crew members, Ricky Stauffer. Went to Highlands High School. They are currently down 21-14 to Apollo Ridge, as Harshman goes up the middle himself and gains about 7 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Another great keeper by Dylan Harshman, running right up the middle. Good blocking again. Penn Trafford getting behind the play there as Harshman finally gets up. Good run play for Dylan Harshman as he gets about a 6-yard gain.
2nd and 3 coming up. Harshman, man in motion. And going to run the ball again. That's Stephen White, not able to escape any defenders. Loses maybe half a yard. I think they're just going to mark it at the back of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3 coming up.
And we check the replay again. Stephen White taking the ball on the handoff, getting tackled there. 31 did a good job for Penn Trafford. That is Dan Snyder, the tight end for Penn Trafford on that play, getting around his block to funnel him back in.
Harshman throw, and it is, did he catch that? What a catch by the Connellsville receiver. That's Puskar. That was a great slant route and able to hold on after the hit. That's a first down too.
That is a good first down catch by Puskar. Good job there by Harshman as he gets run into there by number 43. What a hit by Penn Trafford's defender. That is Matt Laird, the junior for Penn Trafford, just licks him with his shoulder.
Now Harshman, first down, fakes the handoff, throws it again, and that one's complete again. This time, that's Puskar. He's got some good hands. He's coming out with some tough catches tonight. That's another first down as you have 23 seconds left in the half.
And a good defense there for Penn Trafford to Lavelle Tyler and 12 Cody Wyckoff. Good defense, but Puskar, great catch.
Now a handoff. That's Stephen White going to the outside, and he's still fighting for some yardage. And it's going to be a timeout called by Connellsville after the play. That's going to be a gain, maybe 5 or 6 yards, as you have 8 seconds left in the first half.
And you're checking here on the replay. Good run again there by number 24, Stephen White. But this is probably the best drive we've seen Connellsville have in a long time, with some great passes and some great rushing.
Yeah, this is the best Harshman has looked all night when he's been in a quarterback for Orndorff. And the last drive that Connellsville had like this, they were going this exact same way previously in the second quarter. But that, of course, ended in the 106-yard interception return that we mentioned is the longest play in CUTV High School Football Game of the Week history, breaking the record held by 99-yard reception by receiver Steve Breston when Woodland Hills played here at Connellsville. And there's actually going to be time added to the clock. There's going to be 11 seconds left instead of 8 after the timeout was called by the Falcons.
Which could help Connellsville here get another playoff. If they don't get it in the end zone, they can possibly call another timeout to set up a play for a touchdown.
Connellsville does have one timeout remaining. Penn Trafford has not used any of them. And like you said, Connellsville can run a play here and call a timeout. And now Harshman, he's going to throws it, it's a screen, and that's complete. And running and taken down about the 7. Timeout called by Connellsville with 4 seconds left. So you have to see, does Connellsville go for the field goal and get the points, or do they go for the score?
I would definitely try to go for the score here, but good patience by Harshman as he throws off his back foot off balance, and lucky for him, Jacob Ferris was right there for that catch, the tight end for Connellsville, looking for the ball. The ball was a little in front of him, ran to it, caught it, and good job him to get that first down. Now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal with about 4 seconds left. And Anthony, if you're Coach McDonald for Connellsville, what do you do here? Do you get the 3 points, go into halftime confident you're on the board, or do you go for the 7? Try and give yourself a little bit of a moral boost going into the second half.
I wanted to go for 7, but you also have that field goal, getting that field goal, getting points on the board. But I think I will go with my gut instinct and go with the touchdown. Go for the touchdown, go big or go home here in the second half. Hopefully they can get into the end zone, either pass or run, depending on how you want. Passing in the end zone didn't work well for them last time, so you might want to look at running it either on that out route by home or run up the middle by Harshman.
They're going to call it 1st and goal at the 8. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Harshman under center with a man behind him. Man in motion is Hone. And Harshman going to roll out. Throws it to the Hone, who's wide open. He has some room. Touchdown, Falcons. Connellsville gets on the board for the first time tonight after really having to struggle all night. They had some opportunities before, and in the last play of the first half, they get on the board.
And why not? The senior Braden Hone, and looking as Harshman, before he gets tackled, goes right to Hone, who has no one covering him, and goes right into the end zone untouched. Great job, Braden Hone and Dylan Harshman.
And that's the final play of the first half, as this field goal, or the extra point attempt, will be the last play of this half. Penn Trafford will go up 49-7 as Connellsville makes the extra point. So Connellsville with a little bit of a moral boost there, getting the touchdown at the end of the first half. And when we come back, we'll have second half action. But before that, we'll have the halftime show featuring the Connellsville Band here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the dorm. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back. And during halftime, before the second half commences, we'll have the Penn Trafford bands, followed by the Connellsville band here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Enjoy.
George and Nicholas Norman. Brian Jones is our trombone soloist. Our sousaphone section is also featured. The Penn Trafford High School Music Department is proud to present Drum Major David Rieger and Assistant Drum Major Kelly Gillespie in the 2015 Penn Trafford High School Marching Band performing NOLA.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Thank you for your kind attention. The band's competitive season will start tomorrow evening as the Penn Trafford High School Marching Band goes to the East Allegheny High School Band Contest in North Versailles. Our band will perform at 6:45. The Penn Trafford High School Band would like to wish the staff and students of the Connellsville Area High School Marching Band and their director, Mr. Tim Martin, continued excellence throughout their 2015 season. We appreciate your support, hope you enjoyed the show, and look forward to seeing you next Friday as the Warriors host McKeesport at Royal Stadium.
The Connellsville Area Senior High proudly presents the pride of Connellsville, the Mighty Falcon Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Timothy Martin. Staff includes Dane Schultz, John Ucci, Courtney Kennick, and Jerry Connell. Drum majors are Alyssa Heinbaugh and Mackenzie Payurchin. This year's feature presentation is Movie Magic, Past and Present. Selections include Star Wars main theme, Indiana Jones Crusaders March, Lion King's The Circle of Life, and The Curse of the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. Drum majors, you may now take the field.
Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosbo, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
Welcome back to second half action here in CUTV's high school football game of the week between the Penn Trafford Warriors, who currently lead 49-7 over the hometown Connellsville Falcons. Connellsville able to score on the final play of the first half to get those 7 points, but Penn Trafford has been all over the scoreboard tonight. Plays, offense, defense, special teams, as you look at the halftime stats between these two squads.
And you notice 119 yards rushing for Connellsville. That's pretty impressive for Connellsville, even though they only have one touchdown. Excuse me. Penn Trafford with 55 yards rushing, 57 yards passing, and 69 for Connellsville. Total yards pretty good, 188 for Connellsville and 112 for Penn Trafford. And Connellsville should have 4 turnovers, and Penn Trafford
Actually, I think I just realized we actually have that graphic flip. Penn Trafford should be on the left side, Connellsville on the right side. They're on those stats. We apologize for that. Connellsville is on the right side of your screen, Penn Trafford on the left as the visiting squad, as they do lead 49-7. And that time of possession, only 5 minutes with the ball, it seems very surprising. It seems like they've held it for a lot longer, but Connellsville, they're just running the ball every time, it seems, and they're just letting the clock run down. And speaking of the clock, here in the second half, because it is a 42-point advantage, it is a running clock through the second half. The only time the clock stops is on change of possessions.
And that could play a big factor in the score of this game. Don't want it getting run away too fast, but also for Connellsville not being able to score possibly as many points. You're going to have to try to get down the field quicker to get some more points on the scoreboard.
And we'll quickly look at some of the highlights of the first half now. Take a look here. This is the first score of the game. Orndorff for Connellsville looking to throw, and then Tim Vecchio, his first of not 1, not 2, 3 interception returns tonight.
Yeah, 3 interception returns for touchdowns. One of them being a CUTV record, as we'll see later on in the game, in the highlights there. But another Tim Vecchio return for the touchdown, and he scored twice in a row for Penn Trafford. And finally, a running play for Penn Trafford. That one is going to be Jonah Lisbon, the running back, and great blocking down the field, as you saw there for Penn Trafford, finally getting flipped into the end zone for the touchdown. And then finally home running for Connellsville, going up the field, getting some good blocks, getting a good, decent chunk of change on that one. But then
play of the game.
Play of the year, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, play of the year already in week 2, 106-yard interception return. I still see James Harrison running down the sideline in Super Bowl 43 when I look at that play. It was astounding, and it was hard to come up with the words as it was going on. I think all I remember is it's picked off, 30, 40, he's gone. I think that's basically all I said. Hard to come up with the words for, as you see again here, Lisbon with another touchdown run. Anthony, with the running clock, Penn Trafford up so much. Do you expect Penn Trafford to kind of lighten up a little bit and try and not come away with injuries in Connellsville? Do you expect Connellsville to still come out with the same intensity that they had maybe in their last drive in the first half when they came out with that score?
Well, yeah, starting off with Penn Trafford, I think they're going to go a little, not necessarily lighter, but they're going to start trying to sub in some different players that don't usually get to play much, which is great. Good sportsmanship on that. Try not to run the score up too much. But Connellsville definitely, I would believe, would have the same amount of drive that they had when they scored the final touchdown of the half.
Now Fogel for Connellsville with the kickoff. It's going to be fielded about the 15 by Penn Trafford. And there's the running room. And he has Fogel to beat. And Fogel will knock him out of bounds. So Corey Fogel, the kicker for Connellsville, knocks out Anthony Cervone, number 4 for Penn Trafford. And we were able to track down, actually, Anthony, you were able to track down the name of the kicker and punter for Connellsville. That is Corey Fogel, number 13.
Yeah, and finally Corey Fogel getting the saving tackle there, knocking him out of bounds, and that was a sophomore, Anthony Cervone, the 5'11", 180-pound sophomore for Penn Trafford.
And remember, the clock is non-stop here unless it's changed up possession. So we have about 11 and a half minutes left in the third quarter. LaFoon in the pistol. Actually, no, that's LaFoon's little brother. That's Cam LaFoon. This is going to be a run, and great play by Hone. He's not stopping. They blew the whistle. The running back there for Penn Trafford, that's number 25. I actually don't have a number 25 on my roster. So, another unknown player in the field, but he would not quit trying to run up the field.
No, he did a great job finally getting stopped there by number 4, Brandon Home for Connellsville, and doing a great job there was number 25 for Penn Trafford, trying to get that running game going, but good job, Connellsville defense, stopping him short.
And like I mentioned, Cam LaFoon is now in the game, not Brett. So the younger brother stands 6'1", 190, just an inch shorter and 10 pounds lighter as a sophomore. Looks like he could be the next great LaFoon to play for Penn Trafford. He's out to pass, has a good arm himself, and a great diving grab by Penn Trafford. That's number 2, Tyler Lavelle on the reception.
Great catch. He was on the ground when he caught that one, so good placement by Cam LaFoon on the play, on that passing play there. But Tyler Lavelle on his side catching that ball. Good job for Penn Trafford getting that first down.
10:20 left in the third quarter. Penn Trafford making yet another drive, this time with their second stringers out on the field. LaFoon gonna hand it off and gets to the outside and taken down by number 11 for Connellsville. That's Austin Puskar.
But another great run for Penn Trafford, the number 25, the running back, as we're going to check the replay here. LaFoon going to be handing it off. And good job, Connellsville, trying to get pressure in there, but finally Austin Puskar on the tackle. Good tackle, good job wrapping him up on that play.
Now we're going to see LaFoon in the pistol. Going to be another counter handoff this time. There's some room. And trying to break some tackles. He's going to be taken down about the 5-yard line. And this number 25, I actually just looked over another roster. This is Christian Yantz. He's listed as number 24 on our roster that we have. It is Christian Yantz, number 25 for Penn Trafford, who's doing the running now.
And Christian Yantz, the 6'2", 215-pound junior for Penn Trafford, doing a great job running the ball as it is first and goal for Penn Trafford.
Broken I form. Yantz with the handoff, running lane into the end zone. Yantz has a touchdown, 55-7. Penn Trafford with the lead, 8:55. The clock does stop because of the touchdown.
And Yantz did a great job, as we'll see here on the replay, getting the ball, just running right up the middle through the Connellsville Falcon defense. Just handoff right up the gut. Cuts it back to the right and just goes right into the end zone. Easy 5-yard run for the junior Yantz.
And the kick is up. and it is good. So another extra point for Penn Trafford. They now lead 56-7. We'll come back. More third quarter action here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And we are back. Penn Trafford now with a 56-7 lead. The clock at 8:55. It will start and not stop again as soon as Connellsville gets the ball. Now, Tarabrella up with the kick. And that's going to be a new returner for Connellsville. That's number 9, and he's going to be taken down about the 21-yard line. Great tackle there by Cervone. That for Connellsville. I do not actually have him on my roster either. So a couple players not on our rosters that are playing tonight. We'll try and figure out the best we can who they are.
Yeah, but another great job by the sophomore Cervone, getting down the field, sprinting as hard as he can to get to that returner there for Connellsville, and did a great job tackling him there for Penn Trafford.
And Harshman is the quarterback in here for Connellsville again. He led Connellsville on that scoring drive at the end of the first half. It's going to be a handoff to Hone, and he has some running room, and he takes it down to about the 27. Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 coming up.
Another good run by Hone. He's really finding a good job of some good running lanes as he's going right through the little tiny holes that the defense is giving him, and got a good chunk of change on that run.
Harshman, he's under center, getting his team up to the line. And it's going to be another handoff. White trying to bounce to the outside. He breaks off some defenders. And he's going to gain maybe a yard on the play. So he's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
And White wanted to actually go up the middle again, but instead there was just a wall of bodies you're going to see here on the replay. Just had to bounce outside and couldn't get outside fast enough to get up the field, and maybe got about a yard on the play.
At least he was able to manage a yard on that play. It wasn't just a broken play where you didn't gain any yards. You at least got up the field a little bit. As Harshman now under center. Man in motion is Hone. Going to be a pitch to Hone. Has some running room. Can he get outside? He does. He gets to the first down. He breaks a tackle. He has some more. And out of bounds, about the 45-yard line, I think they're going to mark him. The 44, actually. It's still enough for a first down. The clock is at 7:24 now. Connellsville with the first down.
And great pitch. Finally, the pitch worked again for Connellsville, but a great block by Austin Puskar coming around, making sure that block was coming right there when he needed to knock the Penn Trafford player on his butt. Good play there.
And now another pitch. This one going to gain a couple of yards. Going to bring up about 2nd and 8 as we have 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter now. Remember, running clock because Penn Trafford was up by 35 points or more at the start of the second half.
Yeah, but Connellsville doing a good job driving down the field now, still having that drive that they had when they left the first half.
Yeah, and you have to commend them. They did have a pretty good drive at the end of the first quarter into the second, and it just ended badly for them. The touchdown was basically taken away from them. And then that scoring drive at the end, realistically, they could have 14 points already in this game. That's just a counter handoff. It's fumbled by Hone. Ball pops right out. Penn Trafford has it. Change of possession. The clock will stop, and the Warriors get their 5th turnover of the game with 6:17 to go.
And I was just going to say this was going to be a great play because Hone had to counter there, but the ball popped out, and that was for Penn Trafford. That's number 20, Tony Alcott, another tight end, making a play on defense for Penn Trafford. It just pops right out of Hone's hands. That was looking like it was going to be a great play.
And the clock's still running. 5:55 to go in the third quarter now.
It's on the other side of the wall here. Where? On the other side of the wall.
Penn Trafford coming to the line. Cam LaFoon, the running back. Yance, his running back behind him. And Yance gets a handoff, and he'll be stuffed behind the line. Loss of about a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11, 5.5 minutes left.
And good job, Connellsville defense. They're plugging up all the holes so that Yance could not get through the line, couldn't get anywhere. Good job, good team effort by Connellsville.
Now we're going to see a sub come out, number 74 for Penn Trafford. That is Andrew Wisniewski come out. So LaFoon, the younger LaFoon, Cam, led team on scoring drive in his first series for 7 points. See if he can do the same. Yance with another handoff. Got some running room. Got a lot of running room. First down, and he's drugged down at about the 41-yard line in Connellsville territory.
Another great run by Yance, going right up the middle there, getting the first down for all the plays. We're going to check this replay out. Good handoff. And number 75 for Connellsville trying to do a little arm tackling there. Can't get him out. That's Joseph Stock, the offensive lineman there, was getting blocked, trying to get Yance wrapped up with his arm. Couldn't do that. So first down, Penn Trafford.
And 4.5 minutes left. That's going to be a handoff. There's going to be a holding penalty here, though. That was number 23 for Penn Trafford on the run. That's John Gay, a sophomore running back. But the holding is going to negate this and bring it back.
And it's not going to be holding against number 69, but he did get held. That's Robert Steindl for Connellsville, and it is going to be holding against Penn Trafford. So we'll check the replay here for where that holding might have occurred. And it looked like that was number 65 on the play for Penn Trafford. That was Jim McCloskey, the senior offensive lineman for Penn Trafford on that holding play.
4:23 on the clock. It stopped because of the penalty. And the clock starts again. So this third quarter is zoomed by really quickly, Anthony, because of that running clock. It's almost real time, basically. LaFoon. First and long. And it's going to be a draw play. And Gay is going nowhere. Loss of some more yardage. That was 2nd and 24 they had, but that's a loss of 6 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 30.
And that was a all-out blitz there by the Connellsville defense. That was Joby Cook, the junior offensive lineman for Connellsville, getting the tackle there, making the good play. Really big loss there for Penn Trafford.
And it's actually 2nd and 30. I apologize. 2nd down, not 3rd. 30 yards to go. LaFoon going to be in the pistol. 3 receivers all on the far side in trips formation. Going to be a fake handoff. LaFoon going to go bootleg to his left and bring it back. He's going to throw, or excuse me, no, he's going to run, and he's going to gain about 8 yards. One official marking him 8 yards. One official marking him about 6.5, so we'll see where they spot it.
And LaFoon with the bootleg there, trying to look down the field for a pass, but there was nothing open, and getting pressure there from number 64 Connellsville. That was number 60 Josh Martin, the junior offensive lineman for Connellsville, putting pressure on LaFoon, making him scramble, trying to run up and get some more yardage. Now it's going to be a 3rd and long for Penn Trafford. See if they can convert here on 3rd down.
And 3rd down and 21 to be exact. 2:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. LaFoon, pitch to Yance, and he's going to be tripped up at the 50-yard line. A gain of a couple yards on the play. That's going to bring up 4th and 19, and you'll definitely see a punt here from Penn Trafford. Only their 2nd punt of the game. Their first punt came in their first series of the entire game.
And give credit there to number 30 for Connellsville, Gavin Bassinger, the sophomore for Connellsville, just upending the running back for Penn Trafford.
And Orndorff, the quarterback for Connellsville, is back to receive this punt. First time we've called his name in a little while of game time. The punt is away. It's a short one with a lot of hang time, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 28-yard line. Actually going to mark it at the 30 instead, where Connellsville will start their next drive. And we have a score update. One of our pick'em games. Greensburg Central Catholic up 34-7 over Beth Center. L.A. Ross with a 63-yard touchdown reception, and played for Fraser last year. And you can actually see that game where he played for Fraser against Best Center, one of our best games we've ever done on CUTV Sports 1, our YouTube page. Transferred to GCC and still taking it to Best Center tonight.
Yeah, L.A. Ross was a great player. And as you said before, YouTube Sports Center 1, CUTV Sports 1 for our YouTube page. Great page to look at our videos.
Braden Home with an outside run, gets some yardage, still going, and he's going to get about 8 yards on the carry. So Hone starting to find the running lanes, just seems to be a little bit too late in this one with 1:13 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, finally Hone on that sweep pattern there, going to the outside, getting the outside, good blocking upfield there for Connellsville. That was 24 Stephen White, the running back, good blocking, so Hone could get up the field and get some good yardage on that run.
So it's going to be 2nd and 2. And Orndorff is in at quarterback, I just noticed. And he's going to keep it himself. And he's going to get a first down, gain of about 5 or 6 yards. And Anthony, with that first down, we're closing in on the end of the third quarter, about 35 seconds left. And, of course, in between the third and fourth quarter, CUTV tradition, we have to look at the hot dog score. Last week, Bell Vernon scored pretty highly. Let's see what Connellsville does this week.
That definitely been interesting to do. Interesting to look at. Hot dog score. Love doing a hot dog store. Love tasting the different foods at the different concession stands.
Orndorff back to throw. Puskar intercepted by Penn Trafford. Let's see who it is this time. Number 1, that's Russell Richardson, his first pick of the game. So Penn Trafford with their 6th forced turnover of the contest. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Likely this next play will be the final of the quarter. Actually, you probably won't even get a play in the quarter as the clock is running again. So the third quarter will be coming to a close with Penn Trafford up 56-7. And Anthony, now is the time we find out the hot dog score for Connellsville. And I'm really starting to think this is becoming more of the concession stand score instead of just the hot dog score, because we taste everything. Score is 9.59, and we'll see where that ranks in accordance to Bell Vernon. Just ahead. And Anthony, I don't know what you got in the concession stand before coming up here, because you were coming from, man, I had a hot dog with sauerkraut on it. That's I had a little bit of a ketchup because I couldn't just take enough of the, or a little too much of the sweet flavor, so I had a little bit different. It was pretty good. So we'll have to see, though, does that score stand up? I know our reigning champ, Elizabeth Forward, they are one of the crew's favorites for many reasons. We'll see in a few weeks when we go there whether or not this score right now leading stands up.
Yeah, definitely. I had the Kabasi again. I had the Kabasi at Bell Vernon. Really loved the Bell Vernon one. Also really loved the Connellsville one today. A little different than Bell Vernon's, but nonetheless, they were both very good. A little different, but Connellsville really doing a good job. Love their service at their concession stand.
Yeah.
Really great service.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that differentiates the two is the sauerkraut at Bell Vernon was a little bit more tart and sour. The one here, a little bit on the sweeter side, which I didn't mind, actually. I like mine sour, but it was different getting a sweet taste instead on the hot dog. And we're back to action right now, beginning of the fourth quarter. Run up the middle for Penn Trafford, and that's going to gain about 6 yards on first down, so 2nd and 4 coming up.
Another good run by Penn Trafford, just going right up the gut. That one is number 8, Nico Santimaro, the sophomore running back. So everyone's getting a chance to play here for Penn Trafford. Love seeing that. Get those younger guys in there to get some playing time.
And a score update from the Foothills Conference. Norwin is leading Hempfield 27-17. Now a handoff here. A great tackle in the backfield by number 50 of Connellsville. That is Joby Cook. Great tackle in the backfield there.
I mentioned him before the end of the third quarter and just goes right through the line there. No one blocking him. Able to tackle number 23, John Gay, the sophomore running back for Penn Trafford.
So 3rd and 4 coming up for the Warriors. Cam LaFoon in pistol. Man behind him is Gay. It's going to be a handoff to him, and he's going to gain a couple yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And in this territory, what do? Do you punt? And it looks like, actually, I'm not sure. if Penn Trafford's going to punt or not.
There's a good run play there. Actually lost a few yards on that play, so good job defensively there by Connellsville. If it were me, I'd be punting. Looks like they will be going for it, though, on 4th down.
LaFoon in the pistol. 3 receivers, 2 on the near side on your screen. Give me a handoff to Gay, and he will have. This is actually going to be close. I don't know if he has enough yards for the first down. One official's giving it to him. One is not. We'll have to see where they mark it. Where they mark the ball, it is a first down for Penn Trafford. So John Gay is able to run the ball just effectively enough to the outside to get the necessary yardage. Excuse me.
And good blocking again by the lineman for Penn Trafford, so Gay could get up the field just enough to get that first down.
So LaFoon in the pistol again, a heavy set formation, a bunch tight ends on his left side, and duo receivers on the far. And a handoff up the middle to number 8 for Penn Trafford. That's Nico Santamaro, a sophomore running back.
And another good run up the middle, Nico Santamaro. Penn Trafford looking to run the ball, so run out the clock. Even though they don't have to run the ball to run out the clock, since it is a running clock, you could see Cam LaFoon pass the ball. Doesn't do it very often.
I think the thinking here is, don't try and, do too much. Don't show off anything in your playbook, because, well, I know it's the second stringers, but you never know when these guys may have to be thrust into action. As another run here, John Gay gets to the outside, and he's going to be taken out of bounds about the 27-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2 yards to go. So we have 9 minutes remaining in the game.
And another good run there by Gay. He's going to go right down the side. Pretty quick legs there until finally getting tackled by number 87 for Connellsville. That is Kurt Johnson, the senior, 6'1" cornerback for Connellsville.
So this game coming to a close, about 8.5 minutes left, 56-7, Penn Trafford with the lead. Cam LaFoon with a man in motion. Hands it off, and that is going to be a 4th down upcoming. Number 36 for Penn Trafford was on the run. Alonzo Canati not able to get anything, brings up 4th down.
And you're going to see a good job by number 50 getting off the block, but it's actually number 56, I believe, for Connellsville on that tackle. And that was Brock Bassinger, the sophomore offensive lineman for Connellsville, getting off that block, doing a good job tackling him there for the loss.
So 4th down. Penn Trafford already converted 1 here on this drive. LaFoon keeps it himself, and he will convert as he gets to the outside and evades some of the defensive linemen for Connellsville. As he picks up the necessary yards, gets to about the 19-yard line. Penn Trafford still in business. And the younger LaFoon, he's doing a good job leading this team on this drive right now, even though it's kind of garbage time in this game.
Yeah, LaFoon did a really good job. Really broke the ankles of Shane Mancuso, the junior lineman for Connellsville. Looked like he was going to go left, and then went right. And Mancuso couldn't get enough speed to get him down before he got that first down.
LaFoon in the pistol on 1st down and 10. It's a handoff to Gay. A nice juke move there. Still going to the outside. He's at the 10, trying to fight forward. Gets down to the 5. That's a 14-yard pickup for the running back there. It's going to bring up 1st and goal.
A good run there by Gay again for Penn Trafford, as you're going to see here on the replay. Good outside run. And once he goes outside, he's really good. But I love broken tackles, 2 broken tackles there, but I love this play right here. Number 87 for Connellsville. Again, Kurt Johnson, the senior, doing a really good job form tackling on the play. Love seeing when high school players are tackling the proper way. It really bodes well for later in college or professional life.
LaFoon, 1st and goal in the pistol. Going to hand it off and going to get to about the 3-yard line, maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards. And that was number 36, Alonzo Kennedy, on the carry.
Another good job, Connellsville defense, making sure that there was no real big holes that could get through there from the running back for Penn Trafford.
And Anthony, like I said, this game coming to a close. We look to next week's game. I believe it's Darriott Charleroi, and we haven't been to Charleroi in a while. We'll definitely take a preview of that game after the score and change the possessions if that does so happen to commence. As Laffoon hands it off, and there is a score there. That's number 8 for Penn Trafford. That's Nico Santimaro, his first touchdown of the game, and it is 62-7 Penn Trafford.
And a really great run there by Santimaro there. Looks like he goes right and then jukes left, and great touchdown. And we're actually going to keep it here after this kickoff. We're going to look at next week's game at Charleroi.
So the kicker for Penn Trafford, Tarabrella, on to attempt his 9th extra point of the game. He himself has scored more points than the Connellsville offense has tonight. You know your team is doing well when you can say that as a kicker. And that one's blocked, actually. There is a flag, though. So we'll see. This might have been an offsides play against Connellsville, which led them to that block. I don't think the teams really care, though. It was actually false start against Penn Trafford, and they're just going to say decline it. Let's just keep going. Anthony, anyways, though, let's take a look at next week's game. As you see, Penn Trafford up 62-7. Our next broadcast tomorrow. You won't be part of it because you'll be in the band at Cal U, the home opener. Bloomsburg, one of the PSAC East rivals to the California Vulcans, comes into town. It's going to be a great matchup. Bloomsburg 0-1, Cal 1-0, looking to improve. And then next week, Derry at Charleroi. We haven't been to Charleroi in a couple years. Derry, we saw last year at Brownsville almost lose to the Falcons. Going to be an interesting game. Charleroi, always a great site. And here's the whole schedule. And in 3 weeks, we have Washington at Mount Pleasant live on PCN. And quick update, Derry lost to Mount Pleasant tonight, 42-7.
And next upcoming broadcast, September 12th, California versus Bloomsburg. We mentioned that. September 18th, Derry at Charleroi. And then Family Day at Cal U. September 19th, Shippensburg is coming to California.
And we have a lot of great games still left. High school, Vulcan football. I think we'll probably do some hockey in there, try that as well. Volleyball, which I know you're excited for because you like volleyball. Men's and women's soccer as well. And, of course, we get into the winter. Men's basketball, and the national champion women's basketball team tries to defend their title as their season begins in mid-November. As you see, the return for Connellsville gets to about the 21-yard line. I believe that was number 8 for Connellsville. That was actually number 9, but he's the unknown player on our roster. So, Anthony, we have 5:54 remaining. And what can you take from this game for both teams, starting with Penn Trafford?
Well, Penn Trafford, the offensive powerhouse, definitely in this game. They're actually more or less the defense is what won them this game. They scored 3 touchdowns from the beginning of the game. Really good job for Penn Trafford. But then looking at Connellsville's offense, when it finds running lanes, they're really good. When they get to that outside and they do some really good job blocking downfield, they have a shot. They have really good running in Braden Hone, actually, is his name. H-O-N-E, not H-O-M-E, Home.
And there was actually a penalty on offsides against Penn Trafford, so it moves Connellsville up 5 yards. 1st and 5 coming up for the Falcons. And it's going to be a run up the middle and just about a yard short of the first down yardage. Going to bring up 2nd and 1. So we have about 5 minutes to go. And Connellsville actually running with their 3rd quarterback. That's number 10 for the Falcons. That is Dylan Bubarth.
So Connellsville getting into changing up the quarterback, and since they know the game is pretty much over, getting some other players in to try it out. Definitely like seeing that.
And the run here, able to pick up the first down yardage. And just an update, team we're seeing next week, Charleroi, they are currently down 22-16 against McGuffey in the 4th quarter. So could have both teams we see next week coming in with a loss, Derry and Charleroi. Both of those teams would then be 0-2, looking for their first win next week. And CUTV's high school football game of the week. Bubarth hands it off. It's an end around, and it's going to be broken up. No gain on the play. 4:15 to go.
And that was Shane Coons, the sophomore running back for Connellsville tried to get around too far. If he would have just cut it right up the middle, he would have had, not up the middle, but once he got outside enough, right around there, he could have turned it up, possibly broken a few tackles to get up the field, but instead tried to go more towards the sideline and then cut it up a little too late.
62-7 the score. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bubarth back to throw. Throws it way over the head of his intended receiver. That's number 15 for Carmichael's. That is Kyle Ridley.
Yeah, Kyle Ridley for Connellsville there, just over his head on that play from Bubarth.
And we just got a final score. Mount Pleasant 42, Derry 7. We already mentioned that on our broadcast. It was just announced here over the PA announcements at Falcon Stadium. 62-7 the score here. About 3 minutes to go, 3:06 to be exact, and running as the clock will not stop. This is 3rd down and 10. And there's a handoff here, Connellsville. It gains only about a couple yards. It's going to bring about 4th and 8. So looks like Connellsville's just going to punt the ball away and let Penn Trafford run out the ball to end the game.
And great tackle there by Anthony Servone on the play, wrapping him up, getting in the play. That was also number 46 as well for Penn Trafford. That is Hunter Adams, the junior for Penn Trafford, getting in the play as well.
So Fogel ready to punt it away for Connellsville. And he gets hit. There's going to be a flag there. That's the second time tonight that there's been a flag against running into or roughing the kicker. And there actually was a fumble on the play, so Connellsville may get the ball back anyways. We'll see who comes up with it in the pile. And it is a Connellsville possession, so the penalty won't matter.
Well,
Connellsville will get the ball.
Big turn of events for Connellsville. We just gained some big chunk of change on that fumble return there. It is going to be personal foul running into the kicker. That's going to be declined. Connellsville is going to get a first down on the play on the fumble return.
So Connellsville with a little bit of life here. You have 2:15 to go in the fourth quarter. This one all but over with a insurmountable 55-point lead for the Penn Trafford Warriors. Penn Trafford will advance their record to 2-0. Connellsville will fall to 0-2. But like I mentioned before, that McKeesport and Penn Trafford are out of the way in their schedule, and they have a lot of teams that they are capable of beating later on in the year as the pass is completed here to the receiver for Connellsville for a gain of about 7 yards.
And good catch by Howard Metzger, the junior wide receiver for Connellsville. As you're going to see here, nice little short pass play. Good run, good idea to turn inside instead of turning outside where the defenders were. Good job, Howard Metzger for Connellsville.
And Connellsville ready for second and about 2.5 actually. So we'll go 3. We'll round up instead of round down. You don't round down usually anyways. So Bubarth back to throw. Has receiver down the field and it is caught. The receiver falls down though. If he kept his feet, he might have been able to run in for a score. 1:05 remaining, and Connellsville looks like they are in business to score again.
And good job, Kyle Ridley, the sophomore 6'1" wide receiver on that play for Connellsville. And Bubarth just aired it out over top. It looked almost like it would be intercepted again by Penn Trafford, but it wasn't, just over his head. And great job, Kyle Ridley on the catch. 1st and goal for Connellsville.
Connellsville throws the ball, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a play. The Connellsville receivers haven't had a lot of opportunities tonight, but they always seem to make the incredible tough catch, and we'll really have to take a look when we examine our top 3 plays on the high school roundup next week.
And look at this pass here by Bubarth. Looks down the field, and what a catch for Connellsville. And I believe it was 84, Howard Metzger again on the play. Great job in the end zone.
And Connellsville gets the extra point. So final score likely going to be 62-14 as you have 43 seconds left. And Anthony, a quick score update. McKeesport up 35-0 over Altoona, and that is the team Penn Trafford plays next week. McKeesport has given up only 7 points in their 2 games as of this moment. Penn Trafford 21 in 2 games, so that's going to be a matchup of 2 top teams. You see the touchdown again.
That was a beautiful pass into traffic, too, and great catch again there by Howard Metzger. Wonderful catch, wonderful pass there. So this Connellsville team has some life in their secondary team, too, as well, which are going to be coming up in the coming years as well.
Yeah, Bubarth and Harshman both seem to have done a good job once they got a rhythm under them. And Connellsville has a lot of people coming as well as the athletic director for Connellsville. There's about 30 or so coming up from the junior team and 50 on this roster. So they have some reinforcements coming in the next few years. And Connellsville, they could turn themselves around into a respectable, decent team in this Foothills Conference.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, as you said before, they made it to the playoffs 2 years in a row. So definitely Connellsville looking to come back again in the playoffs this year. Then they can't let this loss actually get to them. They could come back and again make the playoffs.
Absolutely. Like I said, Penn Trafford, McKeesport out of the way. Now you get to face the teams that are lesser of an opponent than those teams. Now it's an onside kick, but it rolls the other way. I've never seen that before, where an onside kick will roll backwards. That was interesting. So we've seen a 106-yard interception return, as well as an onside kick that goes back off sides, basically, I guess is the only way you can say that. So Connellsville going to end up settling with a 62-14 score. There is currently 43 seconds left, likely 1-2 plays left for Penn Trafford.
And Connellsville could have picked it up there. It would have been a penalty. It would have been Penn Trafford's ball at least. But instead, they elect for Penn Trafford just to pick it up themselves. And as you said, that is interesting that the ball went backwards instead of going forwards and stopping.
Yeah, I guess the thought behind letting Penn Trafford pick it up is if they pick it up and you hit it out, it's a fumble instead of just grabbing it yourself. Penn Trafford going to get into the victory formation. LaFoon. It's actually, I don't think that is the younger LaFoon. I believe that's number 4 for Penn Trafford. That is number 4 for Penn Trafford. We see that is Anthony Cervone going to take victory formation, and that's the final. 62-14, Penn Trafford with a dominant performance, Anthony.
Yeah, Penn Trafford did dominate this game, but there were some moments of life for this Connellsville team, and you got to think, not playing a team that's of lesser quality than Penn Trafford being an amazing team, definitely looking to make the playoffs again this year. Connellsville has a chance. They got a really good running game in home, and they got a really good passing game. Sometimes when they get down the field, they can get really good receptions. But good job, Connellsville, keeping up with it, and Penn Trafford coming up with the win. Some great plays, even a broken record here on CUTV.
Well, you will see highlights of this game coming up on High School Roundup next week. For all our crew, our director Gary Smith, Anthony D'Agostino, I'm Zach Brosma. Thanks for tuning in to CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Next time, we have Derry at Charleroi. Final score here tonight, Penn Trafford 62, Connellsville 14. Good night, everybody.